House Oversight Committee voted this week to subpoena Bondi, but she also answers to the Senate Judiciary Committee. And one of its senior members, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island, pointed out today that the White House may have given a signal that Bondi might be heading for the same fate as Noam. He tweeted February 13th, White House on Noam in a statement. The president continues to have full confidence in the secretary. March 6th, White House on Bondi in a statement. The president has full faith in the attorney general. Start the clock. Well, joining me now is that Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator, I'm so glad you're here since you've gone so deep into the many connections here and are great at connecting the dots. When you hear about there being at least 37 missing pages, we don't know what's in them, but where does your mind go about why they were withheld?
Well, you've got to start with the fact that the documents that were withheld that were just released were 4 FBI, what they call 302s, the interview summaries that they do. And they said that they held them back because they were duplicative. They've admitted that they were mistaken about that. And it's very suspicious that these 3 documents were held back as being duplicative when they also happen to be the 3 documents in which a 14-year-old, roughly, young girl tells the FBI that she was sexually assaulted and physically assaulted by Donald Trump. There were actually 4 302s, and they released the one that didn't mention Trump and held back the other 3. So they're off to a really bad start. A 302 is the summary of investigative notes, and the remaining 37 pages are probably the actual notes of the FBI agents. And that is a considerable trove of information that ought to be released, and we're going to continue to pursue it. What's particularly notable is that that last FBI 302 invited this witness to come back and tell them more. So not only was her credibility established by the fact that they spoke to her once, twice, a 3rd time, a 4th time, but they wanted to speak to her even more. And she described a threat environment that made her not want to testify any further. But she was clearly a credible witness to the FBI.
So much more to learn here. Let me ask you about Attorney General Bondi. I did appreciate your post earlier today. It made me chuckle a little bit. But the House Oversight Committee has voted to subpoena Attorney General Bondi. The Senate Judiciary Committee has the power to question Bondi and the Justice Department. You don't have the power to call witnesses, but a lot of Democratic voices are preparing for accountability. What can you do right now to hold people accountable who are blocking these files from coming out? I know you've done so much. You've talked publicly. You gave an incredible speech the other day. But for people out there who are so frustrated, what else can you do?
Yeah, well, the first thing, obviously, is for Pam Bondi to have to face the House under subpoena, with both Republicans and Democrats irritated with her over the mess that she has made of the Epstein files from the very beginning, when she said they were all on her desk, and then she had the phony baloney binders that disappointed the Epstein advocates so badly, all the way through to this weird non-release of the Trump-related documents that puts a spotlight on them. She's not going to be able to get away in front of the House, where Republicans and Democrats are both irritated, with the kind of behavior that she showed in the Senate, where she just came in with an insult list and read insults of Democratic senators, and the Republicans let her get away with it. So she's in for a very rough road, I think, in the House, and then we'll see where we go from there. With respect to the speech, I'd say that, you know, we've looked at Trump-Russia, which Trump says is a hoax, which is his tell word for when it's true, and these files lay out Trump-Epstein hugely, with hundreds of thousands of mentions of Trump in the Epstein files. But there's also Epstein-Russia. And I think if you really want to understand this whole saga, you've got to look at all 3 pieces: Trump, Russia, Epstein, or maybe it's Trump, Epstein, Russia. And so I'm encouraging the press and the investigators like Roger Sullenberger, who've done such good work here, to keep digging, because we want to make sure we see the whole picture. And the whole picture is Trump and Russia and Epstein.
You always tell us to follow the money, and we know this is global. Thank you, as always, for being here and continuing to educate us and raise the alarm on all of these issues. Thank you again, Senator Whitehouse.